think your question is on self-serve. I'm assuming if I read it right. So it depends on the kind of category you operate in. For example, at Simplilearn, we had a very similar problem. Very few sales used to happen online. You still needed somebody to pick up the phone and have a conversation with the prospect. Online only served as a lead generation engine. It was very difficult to actually close the sales online. So you still needed a large call center to call these people and close a sale. It depends on the nature of the category and the target market. And this was particularly more so true in India. In India, the trust divide is a lot. And especially if your average ticket size is fairly high, people will not really part with their money unless they have some kind of a conversation with another human being, which helps build trust. Just through marketing and product, it's going to be very difficult. It's also a function of the maturity of the category. Like, for example, e-com today is extremely mature thanks to the billions of dollars that Flipkart and Amazon have pumped into the country. So people don't have questions ordering a 10,000 rupee OnePlus phone online, even without talking to anybody. They can just look at ratings and reviews and they can order. But if you are, say, selling a digital marketing online course, which is fairly non-standard, right? Everybody defines it differently. A OnePlus phone is a OnePlus phone. It's a fairly standardized product. But if it's a digital marketing online course, a Digital Vidya defines it differently, a Simplilearn defines it differently, Upgrad defines it differently. How do you know where to purchase? So you want to talk to somebody. You need to talk to a career consultant. So that really comes into picture. And if you're B2B, there's no getting around this. You need to have a high touch sales closure. And that's true even at Razorpay, right? Razorpay is such a popular brand. On the SME side, we have a lot of self-serve. But when it comes to large enterprise sales, you need a high touch sales-led, relationship-driven closure. That's just the nature of the industry. Organic acquisition focus a lot on SEO. I think that really helps. Before investing in a lot of paid marketing efforts on Facebook and Google, make sure that you try out other channels like customer referrals. Well, instead of investing money there, focus a lot more on customer referrals because these channels also tend to convert better. Kedar is my friend. He has referred me, or rather he has referred Razorpay to me. I trust Kedar more than seeing an ad of Razorpay directly on Facebook. So I would tend to convert better by seeing a referral from a Kedar. So focus on channels like these, focus on organic acquisition. Next week, we'll also talk about how you focus on earned media, which again is a great way for you to reduce customer acquisition. It depends on the kind of space that you are operating in. Now, if you're already late to a category and there are already a lot of well-entrenched players out there, then for you to get that initial set of early adopter customers, you do need to spend that amount of money because it's like a chicken and egg problem. It's like a vicious cycle you get into. You need that initial set of early adopters and some kind of ratings and reviews for more people to invest in your product. That's going to be a challenge. So make sure that you're able to bid on specific keyword pools which align with a USP that your brand provides. And you're operating in a category which is very crowded. There are already a lot of people, already so many thousands of listings. So in that case, it helps your brand get noticed for the right kind of keywords and helps you get that initial set of early adopter customers. After you get that, you don't need to worry about it. You can turn it off. You can let organic traction and ratings and reviews and word of mouth carry things forward. The other important thing is as soon as you list yourself, make sure that you leverage your network and your network of networks. And that's where having a very strong social media brand presence comes in, both for your brand and having a very strong personal brand on social media. Both of these are very important, especially on LinkedIn. So use that to put word of mouth, to generate word of mouth through both your network and network of networks. When you actually create your listing, you can specify all of the tags and all of the meta information and headlines for your product or service. You have that control in deciding that. So Amazon gives you the level of flexibility. So you need to make sure that you have a clear sense of what are the kind of keywords you want your product or service to rank for. So investing in some kind of an SEO tool in advance, like an Ahrefs, suggest SEO Moz, right? Moz.com. Some of these tools essentially gives you a sense of what are the kind of keywords which are relevant, what are the kind of keyword demand volumes which are there, which are relevant for your business. And using that, you can make sure that you optimize your Amazon listing, your Flipkart listing according to these kinds of keywords. And you can accordingly optimize your meta title and your meta description. So you have to go through a process of discovery. If you're doing it for the first time, you don't have any other benchmarks to follow. So one is if you are not the first mover, if you're the second or third mover, you can look at competition and you can figure out, what the average sales life cycle is. But if you're in a total blue ocean where there are no other players and you're doing this for the first time, then it'll have to be first principles thinking led basis some assumptions that you start off with. If you're B2B, you know that inherently B2B sales life cycles are longer, with some exceptions, of course. And if you're B2C, basis the kind of need, right? Whether it is a need or a luxury, basis that your sales life cycles will change. For example, certification programs are not a need, it's a luxury. So your sales life cycle will be longer. But say something like buying pizza online or say Swiggy or a Zomato, there it's become an essential service. It's a need. Ola, Uber, all of these guys. Flight ticket booking, train ticket booking, all of these are essential services. In that particular case, your sales life cycles are going to be a lot smaller. Depending on where you fit in, whether you're B2B, B2C, are you servicing a pain and an essential service, or are you servicing a luxury, right? Basis things like these, your sales life cycle will be longer or shorter. You'll get that answer in the first 2 or 3 months after you've got that initial cohort of early adopter customers. Basis that you can make that decision. So hope that helps.